Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now onto the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail. You wouldn't believe it if you didn't see it with your own eyes. But it's true. Or at least that's the rumor sweeping through the terraces, the pubs, the WhatsApp groups, and every wee corner of Scottish football fandom. Hamza Igamani, the young Moroccan striker who just last season pulled on the blue jersey for Rangers, is now allegedly this close to a signing with Celtic. Celtic, the green and white hoops, their fiercest rivals. It's not just any transfer. Gossip, lads and lasses. It's the kind that sends shockwaves through Coventry Parkhead. The kind you whisper to your pals and ask, is this real? Because if it is, it's not just a transfer. It's treason in the eyes of some fans. This ain't your average. Player switching clubs after a quiet season. This is a lad who had barely warmed his boots at Ibrox, and now he's flirting with the enemy. And mind you, it's not as if he left on bad terms, or any terms at all. Folk are saying he was settling in just fine at Rangers, so why then would he jump ship so suddenly? That's what we're here to dig into. Rumors started swirling. Late last night, just after the final whistle blew on a preseason bounce game that barely registered on the radar, a few eagle-eyed supporters claimed they saw Igamani leaving Celtic Park in the back seat of a dark-tinted motor flanked by who they think was his agent. Now you ken how it goes. These things can get blown out of proportion faster than a VAR check. But when multiple sources, including a few so-called insiders from both clubs, start whispering the same tale, eyebrows get raised. Especially when the boys' social media suddenly goes silent. They updates, they photos, they signs on preseason, grind at Rangers training base. Folk are reading between the lines. Did he fall out with a gaffer? Was there a bust up behind closed doors, or is this a masterstroke by Celtic swooping and they snatch a jam before he ever got the chance to shine at Ibrox? Whatever it is, the silence is deafening, and in Scottish football, silence usually means something big's brewing. Let's rewind a wee bit and talk about who Hamza Igamani actually is. For those that haven't been paying attention, he's a 21-year-old striker who came to Rangers fame Morocco's Far Rabat. A bright prospect, fast physical with a knack for finding the net. Signed earlier this summer, he was hailed as a future star, maybe even the next big export from the SPFL. Rangers fans were buzzing, thinking they had unearthed another bargain to lead the line. Some even dared to draw comparisons to Morelos. In his prime, aggressive, sharp, always sniffing around the box. He hadn't even kicked a ball competitively yet, and already he was garnering hype. So to go fade a Tay linking up with Celtic in a matter of weeks, that's more than just a shock. It's borderline football heresy. The lad seemed content enough in blue, even smiling during interviews, talking about how excited he was to play in Old Firm derbies. Well, he might still do that, just on the other side of the divide. Some are suggesting this was always the plan, that Celtic had been watching him longer than Rangers, that the Parkhead scouts had him pegged as a long-term target but got outpaced in the initial race. So when Rangers pounced, Celtic kept their cards close to the chest, bided their time, and waited for a moment of opportunity. A fallout, a contract snag, a personal reason, whatever it might be, they were ready. Now, if this turns out to be true, we're talking about one of the most outrageous hijacks in recent Old Firm memory. It's not like cross-club transfers, they happen. They do, albeit rarely, but this one hits different. We're not talking about a veteran falling out of favor. We're talking about a fresh signing poached before he even wore the badge properly. The implications are massive, not just for the lad's reputation, but for the balance of power between the two clubs. Rangers fans will be fuming. Celtic fans will be smirking, and Hamza, he'll be at the center of it all, whether he likes it or not. Now there's another angle that's got folks whispering. Could this be a publicity stunt, an elaborate smokescreen to get the media in a spin while something else is going on behind the scenes? Football clubs these days are master manipulators of narrative, a cheeky leak here, a cryptic Instagram story there. It's all part of the game. Maybe this is a tactic to stir the pot, rile up Rangers, or test the waters for another unrelated deal. There's talk that Celtic are in the market for a young striker anyway, and Hamza's name just happened to surface at the right moment. Could his agent be using the boys as leverage? Tay bump up his client's value. Wouldn't he be the first? Time! But here's the thing, too many smoke signals point in the same direction. And in this town where the old firm rules the headlines, even a whisper can become a roar. One thing's for certain, the spotlight's now firmly on Hamza Igamani, whether he wanted it or no. Imagine the backlash if this deal actually happens. I mean, properly imagine it. Rangers fans would be absolutely incensed. Some already feel like they're bored sleeping at the wheel, and this would only add fuel to that fire. Questions would be asked, press conferences hijacked, and social media would melt doom faster than a snowball in July. On the other hand, Celtic fans would likely welcome him, but with cautious optimism. After all, he'd still be one of theirs until proven otherwise. They'd want goals impact passion, no time for slow starts or excuses. And what about the lad himself? It's a heavy burden wearing the hoops after coming faded other side. He'd be under scrutiny every minute or every match. His every touch analyzed, every miss magnified. He'd need to hit the ground running and then some. But maybe, just maybe, he's up for it. Maybe he wants to be the center of attention. Maybe he thrives on pressure. If so, he's picked the right city. Sources close to the Celtic camp have remained tight-lipped, but that's only made folk more suspicious. When nobody's denying it, that's usually when the story's got legs. Even a simple no comment gets folks thinking. And here's the kicker. Rangers haven't said a word either. Nay official statement, nay dismissal of the rumors, nay clarification on his status. That silence is screaming, mate. Journalists have been circling like hawks trying to pin down anything solid, but it's all been smoke and shadow so far. Yet some reports claim the lad's already passed a medical. Others suggest he's been house hunting in the West End, the same postcode where many a Celtic player lays their head. Again, nothing's confirmed, but if even half of this is true, the next few days are going to be explosive. Forget preseason friendlies. This is the storyline that's gripped the nation. Scottish football's summer soap opera and Hamza Igamani's playing the lead role. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Then there's the historical context to think about. Moves across the divide are rare and controversial. Kenny Miller, Mo Johnston, they still get brought up in arguments decades later. You didn't just cross the Glasgow line and expect forgiveness. It's tribal, it's emotional, it's personal. If Hamza goes through with this, he'll be remembered forever. Whether for bravery or betrayal depends entirely on how it pans out. Maybe he's too young to grasp the full weight of it, or maybe he knows exactly what he's doing. Now, there's a certain type of player who lives for that drama, who wants to etch their name into the folklore, even if it means courting controversy. If that's Hamza, he's playing a risky game, but one that could pay off big. Or he could end up a cautionary tale lost in the noise, cheered by one side and jeered by the other. Either way, history will remember this move. The question is how now fans on both sides are gearing up for war. Figuratively speaking, of course. Rangers diehards are already flooding forums with fury, demanding answers fade the board. Some are even calling for heads they roll if the transfers allowed to happen. Meanwhile, Celtic supporters are cautiously celebrating, waiting to see if the ink hits the paper. They've been burning up the comment sections trying to figure out where Hamza fits in their front line. Will he be a project player or someone Ange, or whoever's at the helm now, plans to unleash right away? Either way, the tension in Glasgow is palpable. There's no such thing as a quiet summer in this city, but this feels different, like a powder keg waiting for the match. All eyes now turn to the clubs themselves. The fans want clarity, but clarity's the last thing they're likely to get. Not when drama sells and this saga's only just beginning. Of course, there's always the possibility it's all a load of nonsense. A wild goose chase concocted by bored journos and click-hungry blogs. We've seen it before. Players spotted at the wrong airport, agents throwing up smokescreens club. Insiders feeding the press red herrings. Maybe Hamza's still firmly a Ranger gearing up for his first big season. Maybe the Celtic links are nothing but hot air. But here's the thing, the air's getting hotter by the hour. And in this game, where perception is often more powerful than reality, sometimes the rumor becomes the truth simply because enough folk believe it. So whether Hamza Igamani's truly on the brink of a crosstown switch, or this is just another chapter in Scottish football folklore, One thing's clear, he's now at the center of the storm. And in Glasgow, storms didn't blow over easy. Whatever happens next, this will be a transfer window we'll be talking about for years. Whether it ends with a signature, a U-turn, or a twist, we've yet to see the Hamza Agamene saga has already secured its place in Old Firm lore. And who knows? By the time you're watching this, we might have confirmation, or we might still be speculating. That's the magic and the madness of Scottish football. Stick around, subscribe, and hit that bell, because if this transfer happens, you'll want to be the first to know. Believe me. Hello fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.